All right, welcome to Cross Time College Football Recap Show, week number 4. I'm your host, Brandon Reeves, joined as always by my co-host, Game Time Podcast, D-Cot, as well as my Crossroads guy, Jonathan Birdsong. Boys, how are we doing? Happy college football wrap-up show.
Absolutely, man. Good day for sure. A great Saturday slate of football games, ready to get fired up and get into it.
JB?
Oh,
JB? Can you hear me? Uh-oh, he's texting me. I don't think he can hear me. Anyways, as he's
that dial-up, man. That dial-up will get you every time.
That east side dial-up over there will get you every time. No, man, a lot of great games from the weekend. Man, it started off high noon. Texas Tech and Utah. I know John was high on Texas Tech. I've been high on Texas Tech throughout. But no, I thought it was a great game out there. It showed the power and just how powerful and scary Texas Tech could be getting themselves in this college football playoff possibly.
Yeah, the way they played, in a hostile environment, with the way Utah tried to come back a little bit in the second half, and they put their foot on their throats, man. That was pretty impressive for sure. I haven't watched a lot of Texas Tech. There's a lot of talk about the money they're spending over the next couple of years, but I was very impressed yesterday, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you back, JB.
I need him to unmute his mic. JB,
I'm back, man. Hey, man, nature calls, man. Damn dogs want. We ain't letting them crap on the rug that I just spent. So, I do apologize, man. That's not CPT time. That's dog time. Hey, man, I'm glad I came in. I'm glad I came in right when y'all was talking about Texas football, man. Ever since, our little last Texas and me and Brandon Reef had last weekend, man, where he, where he was in the middle part of Houston, enjoying some of that Houston Cougar, energy, right? You know what I'm saying? You have to remember, but the state of Texas is at one point was, the number one state for football, right? You have to remember that, man. And I get it, the big boy, is gone to a different conference or whatever, man. But you still got, like I said, TCU and Texas Tech, Baylor, all, season the moment right now with this football thing. So, man, when you talk about Texas Tech, man, I thought that game yesterday with Utah struggled, right? Early on, even the starting quarterback struggled for Texas Tech, man. He threw 2 picks. He had some good yardage or whatever, but he threw 2 picks. And he got hurt. I don't know. Nobody knows why he was, why he didn't slide. Nobody knows that. But as it stands, man, they brought in the kid Hammond, and shoot, you like, damn. Mm-hmm. Why he ain't out there, man? This dude threw, throwing laser darts, man. Like, he went from not on somebody's draft board to, like, man, on somebody's draft board 3 years down the line, man. So Texas Tech's loaded. It ain't just the key. It ain't just that running back. I mean, it's quarterback. They got good running backs. They got good defensive line. They're a complete team. You know what I'm saying? They took Utah completely out of it. However you feel about, the wins Utah has. We're not going to go into that where we started disparaging, losses or whatnot. But man, Texas Tech, Brandon, we kind of shared already. We haven't necessarily shared our top 10 just yet. I don't think his top 10 had Texas Tech in it. I would probably have. Mine's probably going to have.
No, it probably needs to be.
Yeah, Texas Tech. But one, it's a game. Like, if you're playing a ratings game, that's a hard jump for them to just kind of automatically leap in. But man, they look like they should. And man, they look like they should be in the top 5, be honest with you. But again, they got games to play, and that remains to be seen. So, man, they like some world beaters. And like I said, man, the host is still looking, that was a great game. I don't know if y'all caught it with TCU and SMU yesterday, man. You know what I'm saying? So, again,
that was a late game. Wasn't that a late game?
No, that was
was midday because I had SMU plus 6.5, and they were there until they weren't.
Tech 12. Texas Tech is 12 this week coming up. Mm-hmm. So people are paying attention.
Yeah.
And they're right in contention to take care of business. Definitely coming out of the Big 12.
I think what the apprehension might be is they need to see them go on the road and do something. Well, guess what? They went on the road. They played like a team that was on their home field. Man, they was making big plays on a team that Utah. It did, like they said, that coach rebuilt that program. They are a respectable team. Hell, it couldn't be respectable. Hell, they trying to get them to UCLA next year. You know what I'm saying already. So again, man, a great win from the Red Raiders.
Go ahead, D-Cop.
They got a pathway. They play one ranked team right now as it stands right now the rest of the year, and that's BYU, and they're at 25. So they've got a pathway of success to the playoffs without a doubt.
Yeah, I think I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, they're not going to be scared of anybody in their conference. So if I was their coaches, then I wouldn't be. I mean, just level up for BYU. I mean, you got to treat everybody like BYU, right? So, I mean, because you can get upset if you don't. And we'll talk some of those upsets. But hey, let's. I know we had that as a top topic, but I mean, we really need to go talk about the team down in Bloomington. The Hoosiers put on a shellacking, 63-10 over Illinois. Whether Illinois should have been a top 9 ranked team in the country or not, that's where they were ranked. Sig and them showed out. The stadium looked full, and it was a blowout, and he's put the pedal on him.
It wasn't close, man. It reminded me of that. I think it was a Buffalo playoff game years ago when and they were it was in the cold. I forget who they were playing. They were in Buffalo, and they just wouldn't stop. They just kept scoring and kept scoring, and they playing over to Kurt Signetti. And what I liked about him was he wasn't smiling at all. He looked pissed. They were only up by like 4 touchdowns at a certain point. He put the foot on the gas and he didn't let up. They don't have the cachet to say we've done it before. So every time they have an opportunity to put their foot on somebody's throat, they need to do just as what they did yesterday.
John?
I don't know, man. 2 weeks ago on Crossroads Sports, man, I kind of said that's what was going to happen, man. Kirsty Nate does not mind run up the score on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Whether you little brother Indiana State, like I said, or he was going to run up the score on them, or like I said, he was going to run up the score on his cousin to the left, like he did yesterday. I ain't going to do no victory tour. This is just going to be my normal Barry Horowitz pat on your back. I tried to tell you something. So next time,
give it to us, JB. Give it to us.
Next time I tell you something, just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Don't question it. Just do it. My record speaks for itself. Just do it. There you go.
I feel like that's a nice little side shot there. I like that.
Hey, I give you all your credit, man, because you did. You stood up. You said, "Wait a minute," because I think someone kind of gave you a jab about Indiana, beating ISU so bad. So wait, no, they're going to do the same thing to Illinois or something along that effect, if I remember right.
The exact thing.
That's why he's got his T. That's why he's got his teeth cup right there.
See, I got my T as well. So that's a good move, man. I got my T as well.
And I think, looking just at the play yesterday, this IU quarterback, he's going to be turning some heads, man. I mean, you got to put him in that conversation, I feel like, for Heisman soon.
Yeah, I said that, right? Fernando Mendoza was 21-23 yesterday, 5 touchdowns, didn't blink, didn't bat an eye. But yet we still got people on certain podcasts that I work with that still love to say Nessmeyer. Or what's the kid's name out of Oklahoma?
Mateer.
He's outplayed both of those guys all year long. And I'm just give you a quick stat here. I did some work. Mateer is number 11 in the SEC in quarterback ranking. Your boy quarterback Nussmeier is number 9 in SEC ratings, and Mendoza is number 3 in the Big 18. Right now, if I have my pick, give me Mr. Mendoza.
We're talking about for Heisman, right?
Yeah. Well, just quarterbacks, period. Because there's some people that really feel that Nussmeier is somehow a first-round pick. Well, I tried to dispute that a little bit today.
This ain't the day to shade Arch Manning. As long as you know that, this ain't the day to shade Arch Manning. We gonna touchdown watch on RB. We up to 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So there you go.
Mateer right now plus 750.
Another team last night.
Yeah, Mateer. I mean, they're not playing anybody, John. I mean, it's warm-up games for the SEC, so that's what they're doing.
The real season starts this coming week, and as we go forward, now it really happens.
SEC got a warm-up season? Dang.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's where they play the North Carolina A&Ts and all them. But no, Mateer plus 750. Mendoza is second now at Heisman at plus 950, and then Dante Moore from Oregon, and then Joey Aguilar from Tennessee. That's your top 4 right now.
Anything with Taylor Green on there at all, or no?
I don't see
Probably
him
not.
on the list.
They lost this week, so probably not.
Probably dropped.
He's a talent. He's a talent for sure. Out of Arkansas.
Yeah, he's down towards the bottom, plus 11,000.
Okay.
So, I mean, but I like what Signetti and them did down there, man. You step on the throat. You need to treat every single team that you play now like it's Ohio State, like it's Penn State. I mean, you look at Sig's record. I wrote it down: 15-2. His only 2 losses at IU were against both teams in the national championship last year, Notre Dame and Ohio State. So, he's doing it right. He's getting the right guys down there. I'm impressed with what the Hoosiers are doing. I didn't think they'd be as good this year as they were last year. I'm proved wrong right now. So I'll be the first to admit it.
Their trajectory. But what we talked about earlier, they weren't even ranked at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So a lot of people felt the exact same way. But I've kind of knocked Kurt a little bit myself about some of his vocalization about how great of a coach he is. But guess what? On the field, he's lost 2 games, and that was Ohio State and Penn State, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then last year against Notre Dame. So I gotta give him his due, man.
Yeah.
Their team's gonna face some trepidation. There's no
next week they are at Iowa, so there's your first road test.
Yeah, they're gonna face some trepidation, and he has to prove it that he has to can take that same energy and put it on the road. I respect those. I respect those programs that, like I said, put it all on and go on the road. We had the smaller conversation. UNLV took their plans on. They took their program on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Emmy, Ohio, and like that's it's kind of somewhat of a walking map program.
They got bailed out, man. Miami Ohio deserved to win that game.
Yep.
Yeah, but again, like I said, UNLV took the time to travel and make that a game for them. So like I don't know, but again, getting back to IU, like I said, if they can pass this test and not necessarily be think about that duck sauce that's kind of coming and or whatever. No, man, take care of business. I was not gonna be no pushover. There's all these games don't necessarily, man. I don't know, man. I watched a whole lot of football yesterday from daggone sun up to sundown. I don't necessarily think everybody's team needs to be on TV. I'm not saying we have terrible programs, but I'm not saying every game is we got to watch this. This is a must watch game. Like USC and Michigan State was not. You know what I'm saying? That Michigan State is a program that's upwards, and like USC.
That over was the easiest to hit. Yeah, I don't know why it was so low.
I don't either, man. USC didn't necessarily play up to they didn't play up to the potential, man. But there was no way they was, and unfortunately, the kid got hurt from Michigan State. But they didn't play up to
I got another game coming down the wire here. This parlay.
Game.
Man, I got this 49. I need the 49ers to win this game, and I got a 16 parlay that hits because the Chargers won.
Really back in.
They got. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to do both. Anyways, as we're watching it. Notre Dame and Purdue. Notre Dame took care of business. They got their first win of the season. Congratulations.
Hey, I know. Hold on, man. Listen, man. This is serious business, man. My homie just made some comments about Notre Dame being ranked last week and how he felt. That was like, dude,
they were winless.
You don't have any wins, man. How the hell are you gonna be ranked? Based on
Brady Quinn.
Based on that knowledge, or based on those facts, somebody went from that, the comments that they made on, the TikTok and Crossroads Sports, man, somebody went from podcasters got too much money. I was like, damn, man, well, shoot, somebody got too much money, man, because, that ain't necessarily the case. And I'm not dissing the sponsors that we got, the monies that we got come in. Thank you, Scott K. Nichols. Thank you, Matt Gaddis, State Farm Insurance, both of you, right?
Absolutely.
But, no, I'm saying, podcasters ain't got too much money. What we do is that we put time and effort into what we do, but we don't got time.
Say it again. Say it again for the people in the back, please.
We don't have time for no death threats, man. For real. So
no. That was something to wake up to. Let me tell you, boys. They
tell my homie, and DK, I know jobbing a little bit, man, but we are not. And I know you take suicide very seriously. They told my homie,
absolutely,
they told my homie that he needs to go suicide himself. This is what they told my homie.
I'm gonna go off myself.
You don't know what nobody. All this podcasting is all fun and games. but like that's a serious thing, and you shouldn't. So, but like, nah, man, I'm gonna double down on it and call it Notre Shame, because that's the damn shame that Purdue scored that many points on you. That's Notre Shame. You have to get back into the national conversation. Notre Shame. Sorry, they ain't gonna send no death threats. Death threats to me, John. I already been doxxed.
49ers.
He clapping under unprofessional. Anyway, my point is,
Sorry.
double down, man. It's a win. It's an ugly win. You take it for what it is, man. But they should have rolled for real.
Well, I'm a triple down on it. I'm a triple down on it. We talked about this in week 1 when we talked about looking at Notre Dame's schedule, how much of a softie it was, right? Well, we talked about the tough games they're going to have was going to be Miami, and there was going to be Texas A&M, and potentially USC at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They've ready made their schedule. They've ready made everything they've had. They started the season out 0-2. You win against Purdue 56-30 against a team that's probably not in the top 100 in college football right now. You stick your chest out, and now maybe never top 150, maybe, right? And now you're ranked 22, and you act like you've done something. I tell you what, Notre Dame and Notre Dame fans, hear this out. Bottom line is this: you got a cakewalk going to the playoffs because you got that national brand. But don't worry, the same thing is going to happen to you like it always does. You're going to get your ass kicked, and that's what's going to happen. I can't wait to see it either. So that's my take on Notre Dame, and I call them Notre Shame.
Yeah, they got problems against teams with speed, and kind of go back to the IU. I kind of am worried about IU playing a team with speed. I'm not necessarily concerned with them about playing Iowa. That's going to still be a close game. Might come down to a special teams or whatever, but IU got good special teams, you know what I'm saying, as well this year. So, but
I disagree. I'm saying IU by 2 touchdowns
against Iowa, but I'm talking about
yes.
I don't, and I'm not thinking about the duck sauce. I guess I am, but you know what I'm saying. I'm kind of I would be betting the whole house on IU once they play a team, but they can, you know what I'm saying, match them with speed out there, especially in the secondary. You know what I'm saying? But like, hey, remains to be seen. I think IU gets it done this weekend.
Yeah, they're 7-point favorites right now on the road. First line came out this morning, so they're 7-point favorites. I like them to win by more than 7 as well. Yeah. And we got to do our picks tomorrow because I go on a damn cruise, so I won't be able to get anything in. So on our regular show, but yeah.
Hey, JB, you think we can get some commentary from Brandon? Say maybe about 1 a.m. He can reach out to us, similar to what he did a couple of weekends ago. I would love.
As long as I'm on that Wi-Fi, because I can't afford those overseas bills.
That was fun, man. Hey, listen, I still think about that. I think there's a picture floating around somewhere or video. I think so.
I think it was one of these. Some people thought it was horns up for Texas. There might be a video of me saying that, but it could have been NWO Wolfpack.
I think it was a Wolfpack. I think you were a Tide fan at one point.
Yeah, I think I said Roll Tide a few times.
And I don't want to see him if he has to go to Texas A&M, man. Don't. But like
the Milkman. That was great. Hey, I said it last week that I thought the first eliminator game for the team, but then also coaches could be hot seat back to put them a little bit on the hot seat would have been Oklahoma versus Auburn. That kind of game right there was kind of your eliminator game. Whoever loses that game really kind of has an outside shot of getting that college football playoff there. Oklahoma wins in a wild game. Some phantom. We got apologies coming out everywhere now from the SEC. Wild game. Your guys' thoughts?
Man, real disappointed. I watched that whole game. I'm not an Auburn fan in any wake of anybody's imagination.
Mm-hmm.
They got hosed. They out physicaled Oklahoma the whole game, as I said earlier today. They also got hosed on that fake trick play. Everybody knows that they put that rule in place about 10 years ago. You can't act as though you're leaving the game and then stop like that. Everybody knows that. Then the other part is the catch, fumble, and return for a touchdown. It was called a touchdown on the field. And I didn't see anything on the replay that said, oh, wait, there's no way there was a catch. He turned and he took another step. So I just feel like, the guys with the striped shirts had an opportunity to straighten things out, but they didn't. Oklahoma won the game. Okay, fair enough. You can't, you can't go back and say, we're going to challenge this. Fine. But look what the next 6 games Oklahoma has. That's going to tell you the tale. They got Bama, they got LSU, they got A&M. I think they've got Texas, they got South Carolina, Tennessee as well.
Yeah.
So that may have been your swan song for the rest of the season, but boys.
I don't know.
I hope so.
This was started.
So.
Well, I guess so for your team's sake, man. This was the start of
no, not for, listen. They got Bama. I want them to win. As a Bama fan, I need them to win. So when they do come to Bama, and I need Bama to beat them. But my point being is they've got a lot of late pub of late about Mateer being a Heisman Trophy guy, and they're awake now and all these things. Okay, you beat a team yesterday at home with 2 really, really bad calls that propelled you to a victory. Okay, are you going to depend on that over the next 7 weeks? So you're going to have to and they got out physical, and I said that at the beginning. They got out physical yesterday.
But you
Auburn's a tough team, man.
Forget about the good win in Michigan versus Michigan. I feel like just a little bit.
Not forgetting about it, but
that makes
a freshman quarterback at home, right?
That makes the quality of their team. So I kind of give them. They're not gonna go. How many? With 7 games? They got a murderous row. They're not gonna go 500 on this murderous row. They're gonna come out on top, man. They're actually good. They're actually a little bit better than what people kind of perceive them.
Well, not saying they're bad. They got 8 games left. Texas, they got Kent State next week, which is basically a bye week. South Carolina, the quarterback is back. Ole Miss, Tennessee, Bama, Missouri, and LSU. If they come out of those 8 games, we'll take the Kent State out. Those 7 games, they come out 5-2. They come out 5-2. I'd be impressed.
But that's different. That's a different conversation, D-Kai. That's different kind of a math. They have 8 games left, so if they go 4-4, they'll be 500.
I'm not counting. You can't count Kent State. Stop it. I'm talking about the 7 SEC games.
They put them on the schedule.
I'm talking about SEC games, JB.
Okay. I'm talking about their overall record and how they get to where they want to go.
Okay.
I give you that.
I'm gonna play some audio here. I need to know if you guys can hear this once it plays here in a second. John knows.
Oh man. Who got the pipe? Oh man. The homie.
You can hear the bagpipes, right?
Yeah.
The homie got the bagpipes.
I've got to play because we've got a team that's dead. The coach is going off in press conferences during the week. The team is underperforming in the ACC. We've all been completely wrong on this team. They have, as John says, quote, shit the bed several times. Ladies and gentlemen, Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers are officially cooked, fried, and put to bed.
I got an 80% winning record. They can fire me. But then
I'm 55. I just got started.
What's the winning look like?
John, that was terrible yesterday. At home.
That was at home.
Onside kick after the touchdown. When I was watching that, sitting there watching that, I said, it's over. When not only did they have the kahunas to attempt it, and then they turn around and they get it, I said, it's over with. And did you see Swinney on the sidelines? I love seeing him on the sideline looking constipated. I mean, he had no idea what to do. No idea.
I believe they put the work in through the course of the season and off season and all that. I just think they believe too strongly in their press clippings, and now his team is in a spin. And Dabo didn't do himself any good services by making himself a media soundbite. Between him and Brian Kelly. With the one Brian Kelly after a win and his craziness, and like I said, and my friend Dabo going crazy after his crazy, man. So again, like people going to still nitpick and like how he's still building his program and still, I respect that part, but like Dabo, I don't respect the part where you come off where you don't have your team prepared. That's you got to have your team prepared. If you know that press clippings or whatever, and that's just kind of my excuse for them is in your locker room. They're listening and they know if it's ACC, just because a local podcaster says the ACC is easy or some big head on ESPN says the ACC don't mean it's easy, right? As Bill Belichick is finding out right now, man, the ACC and actually college football ain't easy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So He has to have his football team prepared. Those are the real-time conversations that his AD is probably having. Like, Dabo, these guys are 4-star and 5-star guys and 3-star guys that you have developed. Why ain't we winning football games? And that is what, for me personally, I don't think they have unless they think they're going to start losing recruits. You know what I'm saying? Because they got money coming in, and they have a great coach. It's a master recruiter, right? And all those things, and a team builder. But if they feel like they're going to start losing that, then they will part ways with Dabo Swinney. But I don't think they're necessarily there just yet. But he can't fall flat like he did yesterday with the rest of the season.
Why do you think that's happened, though, JB? Do you think the commentary about him going to retire before he goes into the portal, maybe some arrogance and play, or a combination of all of that? I mean, I think he's made some inflammatory comments about young players that don't look like him, about being disrespectful. I think some of that's kind of rubbed off as well too.
You think about some of his past teams, he had a little bit better quarterback room. He always had somebody on the backup, and he always had, depth at running back, and he definitely always had good defense. Sometimes when people start picking off your tree and your coordinator goes here and your specialty guy goes there, you have to either develop some of your own talent too. I think it's what you kind of hit on there. It's arrogance. It is arrogance, man, because he don't even play the whole portal game at all. So
no, he doesn't, and it's showing, right?
And it unfortunately it's showing. Unfortunately, you gotta have some 25-year-old guy on your team that can't make the US or can't make an NFL roster and don't want to play for the $50,000 the USFL got, and now he's playing in college for overplay. Dabo feels like if you do that, somehow his locker room will somehow become unempowered. I think that's not the case.
Control.
You can still control. You still have the power. You know what I'm saying? Right. You said, you know what I mean? As long as you're the coach. This is college football. This ain't the NFL just yet.
But to me, that's the beauty of what's happened over the last 3 years. You can't sit back and say, well, these 4 teams are going to be in the playoffs. This is it. Realistically, looking at the top 25, it's probably 15 teams that could potentially win it if all things line up right. And that's not a crazy stretch. That's what's beautiful about this. The days I believe of domination year after year after year are gone, and I don't think coaches like Swinney is accepting that. He believes that his way is still the way.
He gotta find and if he wants to stay at Clemson, he gotta find a proper way to do it like the Beard did. We need $50 more million after we already gave. We need.
But Ohio State was never in the position that Clemson's in.
That's because they keep on asking for more, and they'll sign that check for him because you know what I'm saying. I mean, they ain't always went crystal clear. Ohio State did lose to Michigan, y'all. So don't get it twisted. They didn't always go crystal clear for.
It wasn't long ago, was it? Wasn't long ago at all.
If you ask for in this college football, maybe he needs to ask for more.
Yeah. And. I'm sure he can get it. They'll find some boosters down there. Another team I gotta say I'm dead on, and this was the weekend to get that win, to kind of get your feather in that cap, right? That you needed, that you didn't have in your career coaching. And this team has been let down year after year, the last 3 years now. Nebraska, what happened?
We were on the same thing.
What happened?
Riola?
Disappointed. I'm disappointed in ruling them because that was their game. That was a marquee game for them to put a feather in a cap at home.
I was getting ready to ride to Lincoln. Is Tom Osborne still alive, D-Cot? Is Tom Osborne? He gone.
He's still alive, and he ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. I got into a little kerfuffle today about Nebraska, right? Someone was trying to compare them to Indiana, and I said, "Are you talking about the '90s?
Maybe just the colors."
Nebraska, Notre Dame, Indiana? No, listen. I like listen. We ain't run no.
Indiana's on a trajectory.
Yeah.
This way.
Nah.
Listen,
keep your thought. I never seen a team, and nothing against the homie black quarterback Tommy Fraser. I never seen a team that didn't have a quarterback that couldn't throw 12 yards consistently and win a national championship.
You know why? Because they had the way. if you came to Nebraska, you were immediately redshirted. They put you in the weight room and they put you to work. So when you were on the field for the national television audience, you were ready.
Mm-hmm.
You were humbled because you didn't have to say, well, my buddy at so-and-so school is starting. I want to start too.
Mm-hmm.
That was the difference. They could line up and throw 5 passes a game and beat you 47-10.
Brand, the infant brother, man, you would wake up, you know, the ESPN late night world, you'd be like, damn, they just beat the hell out of somebody 55-3. And like it beat somebody like one of these Texas teams that we was just kind of lamenting about, you know what I'm saying, before they, you know what I'm saying, gave up some of this power. Man, Nebraska used to roll teams big time.
Yeah. You know when that was? That was at the start of 2000 when they were kind of fading out. In 96, you remember 96 or 97 was when them against Michigan. 2 years after they were okay. Yep. In the 2000s, they've been terrible. I'm going to give you a statistic I looked at earlier. Since 2020, they have 25 wins. Since 2020, Indiana has 30 wins. So Nebraska, your fans and all that hubbub about what we are and what we aren't, you're not a year away. You're 5 years away. You've done nothing. The only thing that shows up at Nebraska is their fans.
They made a mistake.
That's it.
They made a mistake coming to the Big Ten. I get it. The Big Ten gives you a big time check and says, "Hey man, you're gonna play against the elite teams," but you made a mistake because now they were a national powerhouse in the Big 8, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. You were trying to turn into the Big 12, but you were amongst iron. You were sharpening your iron against your other recruit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those guys. I didn't get recruited by Nebraska, or I got recruited by Nebraska and Texas didn't want me. So you were recruiting wars, and now you kind of taking yourself out of those to be your main rival was Wisconsin, Iowa. You know what I'm saying?
When they got rid of Frank Solich, when they got rid of Frank Solich because he was only winning 9 games, that was the beginning. As Gorilla Monsoon would say, the beginning of the end for them.
Oh man, we got a Gorilla Monsoon.
Now their schedules.
You know, I got it, JV.
Their schedule's not ugly. I mean, they've got Michigan State at home. They play at Maryland, who Maryland put a beat down on the road at Camp Randall, Wisconsin. That pickle will be gone here soon. They go to Minnesota. They're home against Northwestern. They're home against USC, so that'd be interesting. They're at UCLA. They're at Penn State and home against Iowa. So they have maybe 3 tough testers left that they can win that. You have a 1-loss Big Ten. I mean, you probably lose at Penn State. Let's be real. So 2-loss Big Ten.
Yeah,
he put off an unbelievable win.
It's not what people think. It's not what people think. And you know, the other statistic is, I said 29 earlier, and in the last 28 games against ranked opponents, they've taken a loss. They haven't beat a ranked opponent since 2016. Stop it. I don't want to hear any more Nebraska talk until they beat a top 25 team.
John, that's you.
So I don't want to hear it. Keep it to yourself. You know what was happening in 2016? I could do a backflip in 2016.
John Burslow's got Nebraska football gear coming from the team to his house.
They just gotta find one of them Martinez brothers.
He's got merch.
Find one of them Martinez's, man. Get them out there.
It's over. There are no Indiana Hoosiers football program. They are not Indiana Hoosiers.
Can we talk about who we said Nebraska's not back? We're done talking about Nebraska until they can win a conference game or a top 25 game. Are we saying the U is officially back?
The Jersey goes back.
And I sent you a video yesterday, John. Your boy.
Hey,
Irvin.
Is that what you sent me?
Irvin just going crazy, losing his mind.
I love it. You gotta love that.
Glow is back. Hey man, you know what? There's a lot of chicanery on the sidelines anyway nowadays. Professional football and college football. We got the Ursay daughter. We got Tom Brady. And now we got, you know what I'm saying?
We definitely want to hit that too, not on this call, but another one.
We got Michael Irvin's, you know what I'm saying? Wow, let's go. You already know. You know what I'm saying? He out there, you know,
like that?
I don't mind it because like who's gonna be the next person when I hope Michael Irvin's here for a whole nother solid, right? But who's gonna be that person? You know what I'm saying? It kind of takes that torch, man. Ray Lewis ain't doing that. Ray Lewis ain't coming out there doing the shimmy. You know what I'm saying?
The Ray Lewis dance.
He ain't even asked yet, but you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, Michael Irvin is genuine, you know what I'm saying, alumni of that program. So long as he ain't bringing the snow powder, You know what I'm saying, in the locker room. I don't really mind it, but like, man, that Jerry Curl wild, bro. It's wild.
So let's talk about the football team. What do you think of them?
They sell that in the Korean store. They still sell Jerry in the Korean store.
Hey, let's talk about that Miami defense though, because they showed up when they needed to late.
The truth, yeah. You know, they I think with DJ Lagway, he lost confidence somewhere. Yeah. And as a young quarterback that used to using his legs, I don't think he has that edge that he had coming into the season, man. That LSU game, you talking about having the yips. If you looked at that game yesterday, he clutched and double clutched multiple times and hit guys late across the middle. I don't think this season is going to be a turnaround for him. Their schedule isn't going to get any easier, so there's no 2-week break where you can say, okay, we got a couple of get-right games. They don't have any get-right games.
Right.
So, and that's the problem for DJ Lagway and Florida, which was probably going to cost Billy Napier his job, but I wish they'd keep him because I don't know that who are you going to bring in? You're going to bring in a young coach, an up-and-comer to start over again?
I don't know.
Somebody would make that trip. Somebody make that trip and come over and you know what I'm saying, take that money that Florida kind of throw at them. His name escapes right now. The Big 12, the BYU coach, his name has kind of come up.
Hawaiian guy, right? Yeah, he's Hawaiian, right?
Yeah, and I think more like they think nationally, like can he be a national recruiter if you give him that national big board where you know, so yeah, he's got deep roots in the West Coast, but it'll probably be something like that. That probably gets that job. Somebody, you know, I don't foresee, you know, what I'm saying the homie, wasn't it Dan Lanley? I know I messed up the name, but you know what I'm saying,
he needs to stay out in Oregon.
Yeah, leaving Oregon or anything like that.
If he didn't go to Bama, I don't see him going to Florida for sure. I mean, he was assistant at Bama.
In Oregon, perfect.
Yeah, he should stay there. Because think about this: the West Coast needs some relevance.
Mm-hmm.
And if he leaves Oregon,
it's just your boy Lincoln.
Man.
So wait a minute. Hold on, man. You telling me the Big Ten got to keep him there? He can't go nowhere?
No, I'm just talking about from the national perspective. What do you have on the West Coast if Lanning and Lincoln is gone?
I know, and because technically Washington is in the Big Ten. I think people forget Washington. That program is in the Big Ten.
Well, we're talking about powers, right? We're talking about national powers over the years. And if Lanning leaves, he's going to go east. You know, if your guy from USC leaves, he's going to go east. What is that?
Some say that Washington coach should have stayed because that team he went to now
ain't UCLA good. And all these teams that were high. You know, UCLA had really good teams. They were never national titleists, but they were good teams.
Right.
This is a mess right now, man.
It's a little bit of a mess when you talk about the maps because some of these teams need to get out of the contracts they are in. They can't because the money.
John, good, some people would say Washington's old coach was better where he was at with Washington than where he's at now.
Where's he at now?
He's in that deep south. Listen, over his head.
He's in a good. No, he's fine. He's in a good spot. He's recruiting well.
We didn't play anybody this week, did we?
No, we had a bye week.
No.
Okay. When you replace the greatest ever, there's going to be a drop.
So the frats and sorority parties were popping this week. No word about football. So, but we got big ones this week. This is, man, I hate being on a cruise. We got some big games going on this weekend.
That's why you got to pay for that internet thing so we can.
I got it. It's paid. Weekend. Ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Georgia -3 right now at home against Bama. Decott, this is gonna be the week we're gonna find out what this Bama team really is for the season. I think right here's your first litmus test.
I absolutely believe it 100%. You got a bye week. Georgia's got a bye week as well. You came off of a nice win against Wisconsin. Doesn't mean that they were Wisconsin some top 25 team, but they got physical guys on their end. I believe that the offensive ingenuity for Alabama is better than Georgia, but that crowd, the defensive intensity for Georgia, I think Georgia by 7. I think Georgia by 7 in that area, but it could flip if Ty Simpson continues his trajectory. Maybe so, because they've got some offensive ingenuity.
I like
Gunnar, and they were holding back from last week, by the way.
Mm-hmm. John,
I like Decott's aunties all around that one, man. When I watched Georgia play Tennessee, they look like they the team that can turn on the switch. And if you need me to score, they can do that. If you need us to play, you know what I'm saying, defense, we can do that. So I like that. I don't think they just they ain't gonna blow nobody out. You know what I'm saying either. So or like I said, like Tom Osborne used to back in the day and go in Alabama and hold Bama like 13 or something crazy, man. But like I don't think they're up to 13 for sure. I think they look when I seen them play, man, they look like the number one team in America. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's a mighty league, you know what I'm saying? Especially
over under 53.5.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's mighty league, especially when, you know what I'm saying, Ohio State is still, you know what I'm saying, in front of everybody. But tough game, man. Kirby Smart not necessarily got a winning record against Bama though, man.
More so Nick than Bama. More so Nick than Bama.
Yeah.
DeBoer
don't scare him.
But I'm gonna tell you this. Here's where I think maybe Bama will probably have the advantage at the quarterback position. I think that can make it.
Stockton did last weekend.
No, I like him. Don't get me wrong. I like him, but he hasn't been in the program for 4 years, right? He's seeing it, doing it, and all those things. And I think one of the best things that could have happened to Ty Simpson, I think, as this season goes on, was what happened at Florida State. He wet the bed. He soiled his diaper. And continually from the weeks going forward, he's gotten better and better and more comfortable in the offense. This is a guy who didn't start any games in 3 years prior, who's starting this year, obviously. He's got weapons around him. We'll see. But I still say Georgia because they're at home.
Right.
That crowd's going to be crazy. And I think it's going to be a 60-minute game.
The Tide travels like you already know. The Tide travels like none other, man. So that
but they get their allotment, right? They get their allotment. The thing about Georgia is they don't believe me. I've checked already. They don't sell their tickets like other SEC teams. Bama's going to get their, I think they're 2,500 or 3,000, and that's going to be it. Yeah, you may go on the market, but Georgia fans ain't selling tickets for this game.
I double checked because we had people asking. Decott, I know. John, I want to make sure Decott ain't doing the old middleman Decott he used to do back on our show a couple years ago, where he'd say, "Alabama, they're going to lose this game." Then they win. He's like, "I told you they're going to win."
Different now. I'm a member of the media now. I can't do that stuff, man. I got to be legit. So when we go back to the recording, say, "Well, I said this." I think the quarterback position is better for Bama, but they're in Georgia. I think that's the difference. I mean, a close game. But it wouldn't surprise me if Bama pulls away 31-28.
Okay.
But I'm taking Georgia because they're at home.
I need you both to apologize to my boys down at Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin. They took care of Tulane easily. And everybody, Jonathan Birdsong says, "Oh, they're overlooking Tulane. They're looking the next." Boys, they are opening as 1.5-point favorites at home against Brian Kelly and the LSU Tigers.
Well, they're at Oxford. They're at Oxford, and they should.
Give me Ole Miss minus the 1.5.
It's not a night game. That's my only concern. I wish it was a night game. It's not a night game.
Brian Kelly's going to want to wish it was.
What do you guys think about Nussmeier, quarterback for LSU?
Serviceable, but he's hampered by his coach.
Oh, for sure. But like I'm still trying to figure out where Brian Kelly's northern accent came from. It came back.
It did come back.
You see me going off about it? You see me going off about that?
I thought I was watching Al Pacino because he started turning. He's like, wait a minute. You don't ask that question. You ain't asking the right question. We just ran. We can run the ball. I was like, dude, you don't sound like Burt Reynolds.
Actually, you can't run the ball.
He didn't sound like man no more, man. He didn't. You know what I'm saying?
I
was disappointed. So I don't know where, like, dude, he's a national brand. Wherever he he's a national brand. Wherever he goes, he can pick up he needs to go to California next. He'd be like, hey dudes, come on out here, play football for us, man. Hey, I'm
Lane Train. This is the game. This is his feather in the cap game you got to get.
But here's the thing: these games are what Lane Kiffin loses. You know, LSU has more. Man, listen, if you look at LSU's roster on their starting offensive and defensive teams, of those 22 players, I'd be willing to bet you 15 will be playing in the NFL.
Who do you trust less for this week?
If it's tight, I trust less Kelly.
There you go.
Kelly, he's gonna blame. So he's gonna find a way, and I just believe
Now,
that
I will.
Nussmeier,
I do trust LSU's defense a little bit more than Ole Miss.
yeah.
So,
But that quarterback for LSU, I don't trust him at all. I think he was a liability last season, and he's just a placeholder this year for their up and coming freshman quarterback for next year. He's a placeholder. He's not going anywhere. That's the one thing about versus Ole Miss's quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to stay in the pocket necessarily. Nussmeier is going to be in that 9-foot by 12-foot box.
Yeah.
We had the SEC matchups, the two big ones, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and LSU. We've got the Big Ten big one, Oregon going on the road at Penn State. We're really going to see what Penn State is this year. Test is going to be early. Oregon +3. Just to give you guys a heads up, I have already grabbed Oregon +3 and money line. I don't trust James Franklin.
That's the commonality, man. Everybody says they don't trust James. This is his time. He's had enough damn whiteouts. He's had enough Saturday night games against big opponents, and he's wet to bed. If he doesn't win this game, he can stay at Penn. They're not gonna fire him because he's a good enough coach. But this is his opportunity right here, man.
This is opportunity. Show the world how to make duck sauce, so that when the duck sauce roll up into the Hoosier land, man, it's just easy. Like Kirsten is gonna copy your homework. Come on, man.
Wide out.
He got to make it.
Game.
Yeah, he got to make it an ugly game, of course, and bring that defensive pressure that he's kind of known for, man. I expect the guys that he got on defense to have grass stains all, I know, whatever, all over, the uniform.
Since the show started, it's moved to 3.5 now. So
yeah, I'll probably get in early myself this week instead of waiting until like Wednesday or Thursday. I'm gonna get in early.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be some movement. That money's gonna start moving tomorrow. So those of you that are degenerate gamblers, you may want to get in today, first thing tomorrow morning.
I know John had a funeral speech ready for the SEC when he saw that Memphis went in there and knocked off Arkansas.
Did you all see the game though?
I saw highlights. I didn't see it. I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Man, the running back, Arkansas is down 32-31, less than 2 minutes to go. They're within the 10-yard line. They're running the ball, just kind of either get a field goal, win the game, or get a touchdown. The dude fumbles at the 3-yard line. They replay it. It was a legit fumble. Missouri. Memphis gets the ball, 3rd and like 7. They give it to their 195-pound running back. The dude runs through a 300-pound tackle, and he carries him for the first down, man. Because
weight room.
Arkansas would have had an opportunity, and that was the ball game right there. That was the ball. It was crazy. They were up by 13 points going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Memphis was chasing points, and I was pissed because I had Memphis spread, so I was afraid they were chasing points.
I got to put that back on replay. Sure,
man.
Games, I love them.
You know what? You know what Arkansas has this week, though, right? Since we're talking Arkansas.
Yeah, the Domers are coming down.
They are going to be PO'd. Them hillbillies down there in Arkansas are going to be lathered up real good.
Pittman has to win this game, or it's he might be on the.
He's done. He's done.
The outs.
The natives are not loving. One of my guys called him Coach Cold Beer, because he says after every game he likes a nice cold beer. So that's his nickname. But I would imagine that he's out after this year, and Bobby Petrino will probably be his replacement. It wouldn't surprise me.
As long as he doesn't.
He's their OC. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's their OC, and it wouldn't. I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion, but he's getting a lot of love down there in Fayetteville.
As long as he doesn't have another scandal, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Maybe he learned. He did the Bob Huggins, right? Remember Bob Huggins?
Prime got their second win of the year, so we're through 4 games. They're 2-2. I still love, gentlemen, my under 5.5. So
I do too.
Even though they got the win against Wyoming, I'm still liking it. Now they play BYU this week, so
we coming. We coming.
I don't know if they beat. Got good defense.
Final thoughts, gentlemen. First off, D-Cop, we'll start with you. Final thoughts.
Man, this is the meat of the season now. You're talking about conference play. It doesn't get any better than this. There's going to be a whole lot of turmoil over the next 3 to 6 weeks. I'm here for all the smoke, ready to go.
Okay, John?
Nah, everybody's got tumultuous games, man. Whether they are on the road games or, you know what I'm saying, that hated rival kind of coming into your home. So gonna go into this week, man. That's what I'll be kind of looking at. I'll be looking for some more David versus Goliath games to kind of report on that nobody gives a damn about except for, you know what I'm saying, football nerds like us, whatever. But I know, man, that's kind of what I'll be tapping into this week for sure.
Yeah. Shout out Ball State covering the 21 against UConn. They play at least a respectable game there against them. But no, like you said, the big games. We're starting to get the big ones in the SEC. We got 2 this week. We got the Oregon and Penn State. Big Ten kind of starting to I call it separation time, right? As Decon says,
right.
We're getting into the big time. So separation is going to see. We're going to see the movers, the shakers. IU, follow it up here. Go out to Iowa, double-digit victory. Get yourself that going into the next week. So, and I think they'll be sitting pretty up there again because I mean, you're at that point, you're 11th now in the country. Get yourself right in the top 10. You're right where you want to be at the right time. So, and Michigan impressive win on the road at Nebraska with a freshman quarterback. I thought that was one of my final thoughts. I thought was very impressive for Underwood and the 2, with especially Biff being your coach.
He's growing. Underwood's growing, man, for sure.
I do love Biff. He just needs to cut the sleeves off. So
hey, Brandon. Hey, listen, man. I want you to put in a segment, man. If any of the people that do like sports betting, like Bill Belichick ain't gonna win, but like they got 8 more games, they probably gonna win, but like 3. So that anybody needs, if you need a win, like we'll figure that out for you. If you need a guaranteed win, Bill Belichick and the North Carolina football team is coming ahead.
Segment. It's called Betting for You.
betting for you. If you want it, I got one that I know you can win some money on, guaranteed.
There we go. Perfect. All right, guys. Conversation continues always on the Facebook, on the Twitter. We'll be there. DCOD GameTime podcast. Check them out. Their shows are uploaded weekly. They had a new one that came out today. It's on YouTube. Check out their page for that. Crossroads shows. Crossroads, we have our show tomorrow. We're doing it because I'm going to be gone on a cruise for the rest of the week. So early show tomorrow. Our college pick'em is going to be crazy with these spreads right now because they will move. So myself, John, and Tanner will do that. DK, anything else you want to plug on your show before we go?
I got to share. We go live, first live show next Sunday, a week from today, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. But we're willing to go over if the conversation takes place.
Okay, awesome.
So
I have a Mai Tai in my hand checking it out.
You guys will get a link for sure.
Perfect. So, all right, conversation continues. Hey, be nice to one another, whether it be on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. And keyboard warriors, if you're going to put your name out there in the message, keep it out there. So we'll remember.
Don't delete it.
Remember those receipts. So thanks, guys. We'll see you. Have a great rest of your week.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening to the Crossroads Sports Radio Show. You can find more episodes on iTunes and the Google Play Store. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Crossroads sports content.